The sky was clear over Earth, and the stars shone brightly. People around the world were busy with their daily lives, unaware that something extraordinary was approaching. High above the atmosphere, giant ships glided silently through space. They were unlike anything humanity had ever seen. Smooth, silver surfaces reflected the sunlight, and strange lights pulsed along their hulls. Scientists at space observatories stared in disbelief. "They are huge and intelligent," one of them whispered, barely believing his eyes. The news spread quickly. Governments called emergency meetings. People crowded in front of screens, trying to catch a glimpse of the mysterious visitors. The world held its breath. There was fear, but also hope. Hope that these beings were peaceful, that they might bring knowledge and friendship. For decades, humanity had looked up at the stars and dreamed of first contact. Now it was real. A broadcast interrupted every channel. The aliens were speaking, but not in words humans could understand. Instead, a universal translator picked up the meaning clearly. "We come in peace. We mean no harm." Relief washed over many faces. Families hugged each other. Some children cheered. Governments sent messages back, welcoming the visitors and offering help. Scientists prepared to meet them, to study their technology and learn from them. But not everyone felt calm. In secret, military leaders watched the ships with suspicion. Their instruments detected patterns in the alien signals that didn't match the words of peace. Something about the way they moved seemed calculated, as if they were observing humanity very closely. "Be careful," one general said. "We cannot trust them fully. We don't know what they want." Meanwhile, strange signals came from beyond the visible fleet. Pulses of light and energy that did not match anything humans had ever seen. Scientists tried to trace them, but the signals were too complex, too fast. Some speculated it was a warning, others thought it might be a test. In the heart of Earth's command centers, discussions grew tense. Could these visitors really be friends, or was humanity facing a trap? As the days passed, the aliens moved closer to Earth. Their ships hovered above the oceans, sending signals and scanning the planet. People stared in wonder from coastlines and cities. Satellites recorded images that would be studied for years. Children made drawings of the ships, and artists tried to capture their strange beauty. And yet, behind the awe, an uneasy feeling lingered. Humanity was not used to being watched by creatures so advanced. Some scientists noticed subtle changes in the alien behavior. A ship would pause, then shift direction. Lights would flash in patterns that seemed like communication. The aliens were intelligent, far beyond human technology, but also careful. It was as if they were testing the limits of human response, seeing how humans would react. Governments grew nervous. Diplomatic talks were planned, but the military quietly prepared. Humanity had secrets of its own, weapons and technology hidden from the world, waiting for the right moment. At night, the ships glowed softly against the darkness. Cities below lit up with excitement and fear. News anchors spoke of hope, while online forums exploded with theories and speculation. Was this truly a peaceful visit, or the beginning of something much larger? Some people felt joy at the possibility of learning from advanced beings, while others feared the end of everything they knew. Inside one of the alien ships, sensors detected the signals from Earth's secret military bases. The aliens observed silently, as if curious about what humanity might do. They sent messages of peace, but behind their calm words was intelligence beyond comprehension. They had traveled light years to reach Earth, and now they were deciding what this planet was worth. Meanwhile, Earth prepared quietly. Unknown to the aliens, human engineers had completed one of the most advanced projects in history. A massive stealth dreadnought, invisible to alien sensors, capable of unmatched power. It waited in the shadows of orbit, ready to emerge if humanity was threatened. Only a few knew its existence, and even fewer understood its capabilities. As the first meeting between humans and aliens approached, tension filled the air. Every nation held its breath. People wondered if the aliens would extend a hand of friendship, or if the visit was a prelude to something far darker. Scientists worked to decode alien technology, diplomats drafted words of welcome, and military leaders watched with silent unease. The sky over Earth seemed calm, but everyone could feel that history was being made. A new chapter for humanity was beginning, and no one could predict the outcome. The aliens approached in peace, but deep down, many knew that peace could be fragile. Secrets waited in the shadows. Power waited silently. And humanity's true strength was about to be revealed. The day of the first contact had arrived. On Earth, millions of people watched the skies, their eyes fixed on the massive ships hovering above. They glimmered in sunlight, casting shadows over oceans and cities alike. The world was silent, waiting. Inside the control rooms, scientists, diplomats, and military leaders sat side by side, tension written on every face. No one knew what would happen next. A landing zone had been prepared in the middle of a vast desert, far from cities. It was neutral territory, safe for both humans and the aliens. Slowly, one of the alien ships descended, its smooth metal surface shining like silver glass. Dust swirled around its base as it touched the ground. People held their breath. No weapons were fired, no alarms sounded. The aliens stepped out, tall and elegant, their movements precise and calm. Their skin shimmered in soft colors, changing as if reflecting their emotions. Their eyes were large and curious, scanning the humans who approached. Human envoys walked forward carefully. They were dressed in formal uniforms, carrying no weapons. Every movement was measured. The lead diplomat raised a hand in greeting. The aliens mirrored the gesture. Words were exchanged slowly through the universal translator. The voice that came out sounded calm and melodic. "We are here in friendship. We seek knowledge, and we offer peace." The diplomat nodded. "We welcome you to Earth. We are eager to learn from you and share what we know." For a moment, it seemed that humanity had achieved a dream older than time. Two intelligent species, meeting for the first time, exchanging knowledge and goodwill. Children waved from the distance. Cameras captured every moment. The world celebrated silently, hoping for a new era of peace. But beneath the calm, some humans were uneasy. The military quietly monitored every movement of the aliens. Sensors picked up subtle energy readings, patterns too complex to understand immediately. "They are hiding something," one general whispered into a secure line. "We need to be ready for anything." The aliens walked among the humans, scanning devices, studying Earth's technology, and observing behavior. They were polite, careful not to alarm anyone, but their eyes betrayed intelligence far beyond human understanding. They asked questions about life on Earth, about energy and resources, about how humans govern themselves. Yet every question seemed like a test, a probe into humanity's strengths and weaknesses. Meanwhile, some strange things began to happen. Small signals appeared on satellites and communication networks. Tiny drones, invisible to the human eye, hovered near alien ships. They transmitted data back to secret command centers on Earth. Scientists tried to explain it, but even they were unsure. Something was watching the watchers. The diplomatic meeting lasted for hours. Humans and aliens shared knowledge, technology, and culture. Yet, as the sun began to set, a shift occurred. One alien ship moved suddenly, hovering closer to a military installation far from the landing site. Alarms were triggered silently in command centers, but the aliens did nothing overt. They only watched, as if curious about human defenses. The envoys noticed the tension. "Are you concerned?" one alien asked through the translator. "Concerned?" the diplomat replied cautiously. "We always prepare for the unknown. We must ensure the safety of our people." Behind the scenes, preparations were underway. Humanity's stealth Dreadnought remained hidden in orbit, invisible to alien sensors. Engineers checked systems, weapons hummed silently, and crews waited for the command to act. Only a handful of humans knew it existed, and the aliens had no idea. The Dreadnought was Earth's secret, a weapon of last resort, capable of immense destruction, yet its presence remained unknown. As night fell over the desert landing zone, a calm descended. Aliens and humans returned to their ships and bases, retreating temporarily from the spotlight. Cameras broadcast images of aliens disappearing into their craft. Children slept dreaming of stars. Scientists pored over data, trying to understand the complex signals detected during the meeting. Then, in the deep silence of space, a small pulse of energy erupted near one of the alien ships. The humans on the ground could not see it, but sensors recorded the event. The aliens were startled. They scanned the area, eyes wide with curiosity and alarm. "It must have been a glitch," one alien commander muttered, though their voice betrayed doubt. Humanity watched silently, tension thick in the air. They had not yet revealed the Dreadnought. The small pulse had been a test, a way to measure the aliens' reaction. The aliens, intelligent and careful, now understood that humans were not defenseless. They had underestimated Earth. The night deepened, and stars sparkled above, indifferent to the fear and excitement below. Earth had welcomed its first visitors, and for a brief moment, hope and peace seemed possible. But in hidden corners, plans moved forward. The Dreadnought waited silently in orbit. Human eyes and minds watched the aliens carefully, ready for any sign of aggression. Somewhere in the alien fleet, suspicion began to grow. Something was different about humans. They were stronger, smarter, and more prepared than expected. Their words spoke of peace, but their actions hinted at hidden power. A test had begun, and neither side fully understood the other yet. By the time the first moon of the night rose high, the desert was empty, the landing zone quiet. Only the silent ships remained, hovering in shadows. Humanity had faced the first moment of true contact with an alien species. It had gone well, but it was only the beginning. Both humans and aliens had secrets. Both had power. And both were learning, calculating, and waiting for what would come next. The sky over Earth remained calm, yet the feeling of suspense lingered like a whisper in the wind. Something greater was about to unfold, and history was only just beginning. The world below slept, unaware of the quiet tension in orbit above. Humanity's stealth Dreadnought floated silently, hidden by layers of advanced cloaking technology. It was a massive ship, larger than any the aliens had yet seen, and its systems hummed softly, ready to awaken at a moment's notice. Only a few people on Earth knew of its existence. Its weapons could destroy fleets, its shields could withstand almost anything, yet the aliens remained completely unaware. Meanwhile, the alien fleet continued to hover near Earth, seemingly peaceful. Their ships moved gracefully, scanning the planet and its cities. To the public, it looked like curiosity and diplomacy. But humans watching from secure stations could see patterns, subtle movements in the alien formations that suggested intelligence and strategy. These beings were not just travelers, they were thinkers, planners, observers. On Earth, scientists continued analyzing the signals picked up during first contact. Strange pulses of energy, unlike anything known, had been detected from deep space near the aliens. Some suggested it was accidental, others thought it was a warning. But one thing was clear, the aliens were not entirely open. They had secrets, just like humanity did. At a command center deep underground, the generals gathered. Large screens displayed the positions of alien ships in real time. A map showed the stealth Dreadnought's location, hidden among shadows and debris in orbit. "They think we are defenseless," one general said quietly. "They do not know what we can do." The Dreadnought waited. Its crew moved efficiently, checking systems, reviewing protocols, and running simulations. Every missile, laser, and shield was tested. The ship was not just a weapon, it was a statement. Humanity had the ability to protect itself in ways the aliens could not imagine. Far above the Earth, one of the alien ships detected a subtle change in energy around the planet. Its sensors could not identify it clearly, but something was different. The alien commander tilted its head, studying the readings carefully. "What are they hiding?" it asked in a low voice, translated through the universal system. The other ships scanned and communicated, but none could detect the hidden Dreadnought. It was invisible, a ghost in the sky. On the ground, diplomats continued talks with the aliens, smiling and nodding, unaware of the silent war preparations in orbit. The aliens still seemed peaceful, polite, and curious. But even their careful words carried a hint of calculation, as if every phrase was measured to gauge human reactions. Humans, in turn, remained calm, acting polite and cooperative, but ready for any signal of danger. Then the first real test occurred. A tiny alien scout ship drifted slightly away from the fleet, curious, moving toward a human space satellite. On Earth, the command center noticed it immediately. Sensors tracked its motion, and a decision was made silently. The stealth Dreadnought activated a small, precise pulse of energy. It was invisible, silent, and non-lethal, a warning rather than a strike. The scout ship shivered in space, alarms flashing faintly on its console. The aliens noticed something strange. Their sophisticated sensors could not explain the pulse. They suspected it might have come from Earth, but they could not detect the source. The aliens exchanged glances, a rare moment of uncertainty passing over their features. Human generals watched in silence, tension high. The Dreadnought's crew monitored every detail, knowing that the aliens were now aware that humanity was not defenseless. "They feel it," one officer whispered. "They know something is there, but they do not know what." This small event changed everything. The aliens became more cautious, scanning and rescanning, analyzing every movement of Earth's forces. Diplomats noticed subtle shifts in the aliens' tone, hints of curiosity and caution mixed with unease. The aliens had underestimated humans, and that mistake could cost them. Meanwhile, scientists and engineers worked tirelessly, studying the alien ships from afar. Every scan, every data packet was analyzed, seeking weaknesses or patterns. Humanity had waited for this moment for decades, preparing in secret. They had advanced beyond what the aliens expected, not just in numbers, but in strategy and technology. The night stretched on, and Earth remained calm to the public eye. Children slept, parents watched television, and the world continued unaware of the silent tension above. But in orbit, the Dreadnought floated like a sleeping giant, a promise of power and protection. The aliens, meanwhile, were learning a lesson in caution, sensing that humans were not ordinary beings, and that peace might hide immense strength. In the alien command center, whispers passed among the crew. "We misjudged them," one said. Another nodded, eyes narrowing. Their calm facade of peace had cracked just slightly. Humanity was clever, strong, and prepared. The aliens realized that even their advanced technology could be met with equal or greater force. And on Earth, in hidden command rooms and secret stations, humans smiled faintly. The test had been successful. The aliens were wary, the Dreadnought remained unseen, and humanity's secret strength had been demonstrated without revealing itself fully. The stage was set. The world would not yet see the full power of humanity, but the first steps had been taken. Above Earth, the stars continued to shine. Silence reigned in the skies, but tension lingered like a quiet storm. Both humans and aliens knew the game had begun. Secrets, power, and intelligence waited to be revealed. And in the shadows, the stealth Dreadnought drifted silently, a ghostly guardian watching over its homeworld, ready for whatever might come next. The desert had fallen silent again, but far above Earth, the alien fleet moved with quiet precision. Every ship seemed to glide as if thinking, scanning the planet below. They appeared peaceful, polite, and patient, but their eyes were sharp, and their sensors relentless. Something had shifted. The small pulse from Earth had shaken their certainty. These humans were clever, and perhaps more powerful than they had first believed. On Earth, the command centers buzzed with quiet activity. Scientists monitored alien movement, analyzing data with precision. Generals discussed strategies in hushed voices. The stealth Dreadnought, hidden in orbit, shifted slightly, adjusting its position. It remained invisible, undetectable, yet ready. Every weapon was ready to fire, every system primed. Humanity had waited a long time for this moment, and it was now. A message arrived from the alien fleet, calm and diplomatic. "We wish to understand you more." We hope you do not misunderstand our intentions. The human diplomat read the message carefully and nodded. We wish the same. Let us continue our talks. Words of peace were exchanged, polite and careful. But underneath, tension simmered. Both sides knew more was at stake than simple diplomacy. The aliens moved closer to the landing zone, hovering over the desert and nearby oceans. Their ships sent out scanning pulses, subtle and fast. Sensors on Earth detected everything, sending data to secret command centers. Engineers on the Dreadnought adjusted shields and monitored every reading, calculating speed, trajectory, and potential reactions. The humans were learning as much as the aliens. Every move was a test, a probe, a silent question. Who is stronger? Who is prepared? Then, a strange event occurred. One of the alien ships moved unexpectedly toward a hidden satellite. Its sensors brushed against it, sending signals back to the alien fleet. On Earth, the command centers noted it immediately. The Dreadnought remained hidden, but a quiet pulse of energy was sent, invisible and undetectable. The alien ship twitched slightly in response. Its sensors recorded the anomaly, and the crew shared worried looks. Earth is hiding something, an alien commander whispered. Something powerful. The words were calm, but the meaning was clear. Caution replaced confidence. The humans had revealed part of their strength without firing a shot. Meanwhile, on Earth, civilians continued to watch the skies, unaware of the hidden tension above. The diplomats smiled, the scientists analyzed, and the military waited. Children dreamed of stars and adventure, while above them, giants moved silently, calculating, observing, and preparing. Humanity had mastered patience and secrecy, and now it was their greatest weapon. Back in orbit, the stealth Dreadnought shifted its position again, moving closer to the main alien fleet. Sensors scanned silently, measuring distances and weaknesses. The aliens continued to broadcast peaceful messages, unaware of the unseen ship just beyond their sensors. Humanity was preparing without revealing itself. Every move was precise, every action calculated. The aliens, however, were not completely fooled. They sensed patterns, tiny anomalies, subtle energy signatures that did not belong. Questions passed among them. Are they testing us? Are they hiding a weapon? Are we safe? The humans remained calm on the surface, exchanging words of peace while their hidden power remained silent and deadly. As night fell over the desert, the stars above seemed to watch silently. On Earth, military crews checked systems one final time, ready for any signal. Scientists monitored alien behavior, trying to decode intentions, while diplomats continued polite exchanges. The balance of power had shifted slightly. The aliens had realized that humans were clever, cautious, and prepared. They had underestimated the planet they had approached in peace. Then, in the distance, a faint signal appeared, one that only the most sensitive instruments could detect. It pulsed slowly, almost like a heartbeat, moving from orbit toward the alien fleet. The aliens scanned frantically but could not locate the source. It was subtle, harmless, yet unmistakable, a warning, a demonstration, a test. Humanity had shown a fraction of its capability, and the aliens felt it immediately. On the ground, a diplomat glanced at the sky, a small smile on their face. They are learning, they whispered. Indeed, the aliens were learning that Earth was not ordinary, that humans were clever and prepared. A hidden strength existed above, unseen, waiting. A silent guardian drifted in orbit, ready to emerge if needed, and the aliens had no idea. The night stretched on, stars sparkling cold and indifferent. The desert was quiet, but tension lingered like smoke. Both humans and aliens understood that the first true test of patience and intelligence had begun. The aliens had intentions, the humans had power, and in the balance between curiosity and caution, the world waited. Far above, the stealth Dreadnought drifted silently, invisible yet vigilant. Its crew worked in quiet precision, preparing for what might come next. Earth had revealed only a fraction of its strength, and the aliens were beginning to understand that every action, every choice, could be met with unseen consequences. The sky over Earth remained calm to the eyes of millions. Yet in the shadows, hidden above the planet, a silent war of observation and preparation had begun. Peace had been offered and accepted on the surface, but in the hidden layers of space, tension, strategy, and power danced together, waiting for the moment when the game would truly begin. The sun rose slowly over the desert, casting long shadows across the landing zone. On Earth, millions watched the skies, their hearts filled with curiosity and fear. The alien fleet hovered above, silent and precise, as if weighing every human movement. Diplomats continued to speak politely, exchanging words of peace, but the tension below the calm surface was thick. Both sides knew that this first meeting could decide much about the future. Inside the alien ships, the crew studied their readings. Something was off. The humans seemed cooperative, calm, even friendly, but hidden within their actions, subtle patterns suggested preparation. Tiny signals, minor adjustments, and energy fluctuations could not be ignored. One commander frowned. They hide power. Greater than expected. Back on Earth, the generals gathered in secret. Screens displayed the alien ships, showing every movement and pulse of energy. The stealth Dreadnought remained invisible, but its presence was a powerful assurance. "They are testing us," one officer said. "Every move, every signal is a question. We must answer wisely." The diplomats continued their negotiations, unaware of the silent chess game unfolding above. Words of friendship and knowledge flowed freely, but every pause, every gesture, every scanning tool hidden in orbit was a careful measure. Humanity had learned patience and subtlety, and now it was time to see how the aliens would respond. Then, a small anomaly appeared near one of the alien ships. Sensors on Earth detected a subtle pulse of energy, harmless but precise. The ship shivered slightly in response, its crew scanning frantically. No weapon had fired, no destruction occurred, yet the aliens sensed something unusual. Suspicion began to grow. "Earth has hidden strength. We must proceed cautiously," the commander said. The humans watched silently, studying the reactions of the aliens. The stealth Dreadnought had delivered only a minor test, a demonstration of hidden capability. It was enough to show power without aggression. The aliens' surprise and caution were proof that humanity's preparation had worked. Both sides were learning from each other, measuring strength, intelligence, and restraint. Throughout the day, the alien ships moved carefully, scanning the desert, the oceans, and the atmosphere. Their curiosity was genuine, but caution had replaced initial confidence. Every probe, every signal, every sensor reading was met with careful observation. Humans monitored all of it, noting patterns, predicting moves, and preparing for contingencies. At night, the desert was quiet, but the tension remained. Hidden cameras and sensors tracked every alien movement. Scientists decoded signals, generals analyzed tactics, and the stealth Dreadnought hovered silently in orbit, waiting for the right moment. A single command could unleash its full power, but humanity had not yet revealed itself. This was a game of observation, patience, and intelligence. The aliens convened among themselves. Discussions were calm, but the mood had shifted. Confidence had been replaced with doubt. "They are clever, more clever than expected. They may hide technology we cannot detect. We must remain vigilant," one commander said. Another nodded, understanding that underestimating humans could be dangerous. The message of peace had not changed, but the tone had. Suspicion now underlined every polite word. Meanwhile, on Earth, a diplomat walked beneath the stars, unaware of the hidden Dreadnought above. "They do not know what we can do," a general whispered to a colleague in the control room. "They only see the surface. Soon, we will see their true intentions." The first real confrontation had not yet occurred, but the psychological tension was thick. Humans had shown restraint, intelligence, and subtle power. The aliens had demonstrated curiosity, intelligence, and caution. Both sides were learning, both sides were testing, and both sides were waiting for the other to make a decisive move. Suddenly, a minor incident occurred. A tiny alien drone drifted toward the desert, too close for comfort. Sensors on Earth detected its movement immediately. Without aggression, a small pulse from the Dreadnought nudged the drone away, harmless but unmistakable. The aliens noticed. Alarm rippled through the fleet. Something powerful was hidden, something they could not see. Doubt turned into caution, and caution into strategy. The night deepened, stars gleaming above silently. The desert was calm, but beneath the calm, the first true battle of wits had begun. Humans and aliens were engaged in a silent confrontation, testing intelligence, patience, and strategy. The stealth Dreadnought remained hidden, a symbol of unseen power, a guardian ready to act if needed. As both sides retreated temporarily for the night, the lessons were clear. Humanity had proven clever, patient, and prepared. The aliens had learned not to underestimate their hosts. Peaceful words continued to flow, but underneath, both sides knew that future decisions would carry far greater consequences. The first day of observation had ended, but the tension, the tests, and the silent chess game had only just begun. Above Earth, the stealth Dreadnought drifted silently, its crew alert and ready. Humanity had not yet revealed its full strength, but a message had been sent. Underestimating humans was a mistake. In the quiet of night, both humans and aliens understood that intelligence, preparation, and patience could be as powerful as weapons. The desert slept, cities slept, and children dreamed. But in orbit and across the alien fleet, tension remained. The first true test had passed, and both sides were readying themselves for the next move. Secrets were hidden, strategies were forming, and history was waiting to be written. The sun rose over the oceans, casting golden light on the alien fleet hovering near Earth. The ships were sleek, advanced, and silent, yet there was a new tension in the air. For days, the aliens had tested, observed, and questioned humanity. They had assumed peace was easy, but subtle anomalies, the small pulses, the hidden energy, the invisible presence, had shaken their confidence. Now, it was time to reveal the truth. Deep in orbit, the stealth Dreadnought activated. Slowly, its cloaking shields shimmered and disappeared, revealing the massive warship to the alien fleet. The sight was unlike anything the aliens had ever seen. Towering, sleek, and bristling with weapons, it floated like a silent predator in space. Its shields glimmered faintly in the sunlight, and energy thrummed along its hull. The aliens froze. Their sensors, advanced as they were, struggled to comprehend the scale of the ship. It was far larger than any vessel they had expected, and its presence radiated power. For a moment, the entire fleet was silent, the commanders exchanging confused and alarmed glances. "What is that?" one whispered. On Earth, generals and scientists watched the reaction. They had timed this perfectly. The Dreadnought moved slowly closer, maintaining distance but showing unmistakable power. Its weapon systems activated sequentially, glowing faintly, a display of readiness without firing a single shot. Humans had hidden this marvel for years, and now the aliens could see its true form. The alien fleet reacted quickly, forming defensive formations. Their weapons powered up, shields strengthened, but hesitation was visible. They had not anticipated this. Humans had not only prepared, they had outsmarted them. The message was clear: Earth was not defenseless. Earth would not surrender. From the command bridge of the Dreadnought, the captain spoke calmly. "They see us now. Let them understand who protects this planet." Every crew member knew the stakes. The aliens were advanced, intelligent, and possibly dangerous, but humanity had courage, ingenuity, and strategy. Then, without warning, a small part of the alien fleet moved aggressively toward Earth's atmosphere. Sensors on the Dreadnought tracked every motion. Weapons targeted precisely, energy shields readied. The humans did not panic. They had expected this. The aliens were testing limits, perhaps trying to provoke fear. With precision and speed, the Dreadnought fired a controlled pulse of energy. It was a demonstration, not a strike, but the effect was immediate. Alien ships twitched, shields flickered, and the aggressive advance halted. The aliens understood. Humanity could strike, but had chosen restraint. For the first time, the aliens truly measured Earth's strength. They had approached in peace, believing humans might be weak. Instead, they faced intelligence, preparation, and immense technological power. A mixture of awe and fear passed over their commanders. "We misjudged them," one muttered quietly. "They are more than we expected." On the ground, people watched in awe as satellites transmitted images of the massive Dreadnought emerging from the shadows. Children stared at screens, scientists marveled, and generals nodded quietly. Humanity had not yet engaged fully, but the revelation alone shifted the balance. Respect had been earned, and fear had been planted in equal measure. The aliens attempted to regroup. Diplomats sent calm messages, seeking to de-escalate. "We recognize your strength. We wish no harm." The humans responded in kind, but the tone was firm. Earth would defend itself. The power of the Dreadnought had spoken louder than words ever could. Above, the stealth Dreadnought hovered silently, a guardian of the planet. It did not need to fire. Its presence was enough. Yet its weapons were ready, its crew alert, and its mission clear: protect humanity at all costs. The aliens now understood the truth. Peace with Earth required respect, intelligence, and caution. Humanity had hidden its strength, revealed it at the right moment, and emerged victorious in the first true test. As the sun set over the oceans, casting long shadows across the planet, the alien fleet began to retreat. They had come expecting curiosity and perhaps compliance. Instead, they found strategy, intelligence, and a hidden strength that far surpassed expectations. Humanity had proven itself, not just capable of survival, but capable of dominance when required. The world below remained unaware of every detail, seeing only a glimpse of the alien ships in orbit. But for those who watched closely, the revelation of the Dreadnought was a moment of pride. Humanity had faced an unknown, tested patience and strategy, and emerged stronger. The first full display of power was complete, and the message was clear: Earth was not a planet to be underestimated. And far above, in orbit, the stealth Dreadnought drifted silently once more. It had revealed itself, but not fully. Humanity had shown strength, intelligence, and restraint. The aliens had learned respect. The galaxy would remember this day, the day Earth showed that it could defend itself, and that humanity's courage and ingenuity were unmatched. The alien fleet had begun its slow retreat, leaving the skies above Earth clear once more. Ships glided silently, their sleek forms disappearing into the darkness of space. On Earth, people watched in awe as the last glimpses of the visitors faded from view. For the first time, humanity had faced another intelligent species and survived. Not just survived, but asserted itself with strength and strategy. Inside the command centers, celebrations were quiet but heartfelt. Scientists, engineers, and military leaders exchanged nods and smiles. They had prepared for decades, hidden their greatest weapon, and revealed it at the perfect moment. The stealth Dreadnought had shown the galaxy that humanity was not weak, that Earth would not surrender, and that cleverness combined with courage could overcome even the most advanced opponents. In orbit, the Dreadnought floated silently, its crew scanning the retreating alien ships. Every system remained active, every weapon ready, but there was no need for aggression. The aliens had learned their lesson. They now understood that peace with Earth required respect, and that underestimating humans could be a fatal mistake. Humanity's power had been revealed, but restraint had been exercised. On the ground, diplomats issued statements of peace. The visitors have left. Humanity has shown itself capable of protecting its home. We hope that all species in the galaxy recognize our willingness to defend life and knowledge. Citizens cheered quietly, not fully understanding the silent war that had played out above them. Yet there was a sense of pride, a feeling that humanity had taken its first step toward recognition in the wider galaxy. The aliens, for their part, retreated with caution. Their fleet moved in formation, shields glowing faintly, sensors active. They had underestimated Earth's hidden strength and were forced to reconsider their assumptions. Among their commanders, discussions passed quickly and urgently. They are clever, strong, and patient. We cannot treat them lightly, one said. Another nodded, adding, This planet is not to be taken for granted. Humanity has shown restraint, but it could have destroyed us. Back on Earth, scientists studied the alien technology captured indirectly through sensors. Engineers analyzed the Dreadnought's performance during its silent reveal. Lessons were learned, strategies refined, and plans made for the future. Humanity had proven itself not only physically but intellectually, capable of thinking ahead, anticipating challenges, and controlling the battlefield without firing a single lethal shot. Children looked up at the night sky, dreaming of stars and adventure. Artists painted the scenes of alien ships and human courage. Stories spread across media, carefully crafted to inspire hope and pride. Humanity had won respect, not through conquest, but through intelligence, preparation, and the demonstration of restraint and power combined. As night deepened, the stealth Dreadnought remained in orbit, its systems quietly monitoring space. It had revealed enough to teach the aliens a lesson, yet it remained ready, a silent guardian for Earth. Humanity had sent a clear message: any threat to this planet would meet the full measure of its intelligence and strength. The galaxy now had to acknowledge that Earth was no longer ordinary. But even in this moment of triumph, there was awareness that the story was far from over. Across the stars, other civilizations watched the signals, noticing the sudden shift in alien behavior and the traces of humanity's power. Plans would be made, alliances reconsidered, and observers remained vigilant. Humanity had proven itself, but the galaxy was vast, and curiosity and ambition among other species would never fade. On Earth, leaders gathered one last time that night. They looked up at the sky, aware of both their success and the challenges to come. "We have earned respect today," one said. "But this is only the beginning. Others will come. We must always be ready." The sentiment was clear: humanity had achieved victory, yet vigilance would remain. And far above, the stealth Dreadnought drifted silently, a ghost in orbit, its presence known only to a few. It had revealed power, taught caution, and ensured Earth's safety. Humanity had not only survived first contact, they had earned respect, fear, and acknowledgement across the stars. The first chapter of this new galactic story had ended, but the next was already beginning. The stars sparkled above Earth, calm and indifferent, yet for humanity, they were now filled with possibilities. Lessons had been learned, strength had been shown, and a new reputation had been established. Peace had returned for the moment, but the galaxy had changed. Humanity had arrived. And somewhere beyond the darkness, in the silence between stars, others were beginning to notice. The night was quiet, but suspense lingered. This was not the end. It was a beginning, a promise that humanity would continue to grow, to explore, and to defend its place in the cosmos. The first victory had been claimed, and the echoes of it would resonate across the galaxy for generations to come.